3 days after he told her, "I love you," he stood in front of everyone and laughed at her. But that wasn't even the worst part, because what broke her didn't happen in that moment. There was a mirror in her room, not broken, not cracked, not distorted. And yet, it never told her the truth. Every morning, Amara Cole stood in front of it, staring at her reflection like it was her enemy. 17, soft-spoken, invisible, unless someone needed a target. Her fingers hovered over her face. Maybe if my nose was smaller. Maybe if my skin was clearer. Maybe if I just looked different. But the mirror never answered. It only reflected what the world had already convinced her of, that she was not enough. It started small. It always does. Why does she look like that? A few laughs, nothing serious. At least, that's what it looked like. Until it wasn't. Until it became a name. Ugly Amara. It followed her, sat beside her, echoed long after she got home. And the worst part? It wasn't just the ones who spoke. It was the ones who said nothing. Because silence. She stopped raising her hand, stopped making eye contact, stopped speaking. Because attention had become dangerous. And slowly, she began to shrink. Not physically, but internally. Then one day, everything changed. His name was Daniel, and for a moment, he felt like a miracle. He sat next to her, not because he had to, but because he chose to. Hey. As if she mattered, as if she was normal, as if she was seen. And for the first time in years, she believed it. I like you. Her world paused. Really? She whispered. He smiled. I love you. And just like that, everything changed. Or at least, that's what she believed. 3 days later, he stood up in front of everyone and laughed. Y'all really thought I liked her? The room exploded, phones out, voices loud, laughter everywhere. She actually believed me. Every word landed, heavy, sharp, final. Amara didn't cry. Not there. She walked out, held everything in until she reached the bathroom. Then it broke. Not gently, not quietly, but completely. Why? She whispered. But no one answered. Not them. Not anyone. Not even God. Because in that moment, he felt silent too. If you've ever felt like God went silent on you, don't skip this part, because what happens next might be exactly what you needed to hear. 3 days later, she stopped going to school. Curtains closed, phone off, mirror covered. Because even her own reflection hurt too much to face. Her mother knocked. Amara, talk to me. Silence. And eventually, even the knocking stopped. That night, she tried to pray. God, her voice shook. Are you even there? No answer, just silence. And then, the thoughts returned. You're ugly. No one will ever love you. And then, something darker. Maybe it would be easier if I wasn't here. She froze. The idea felt quiet, almost peaceful. No more pain, no more embarrassment, just silence. Her eyes drifted toward the drawer, and for a moment, she considered it. Her phone buzzed, once, twice, 3 times. She frowned. She hadn't turned it on. Slowly, she picked it up. A message. God sees you. Another. You are not forgotten. Her heart skipped. A third message appeared. Before I formed you, I knew you. She stared at the screen. That verse. She knew it, but now it felt personal, like an answer. Not loud, not overwhelming, but enough to stop her. The next morning, someone came to the door. A woman, calm, gentle. I remember you, she said. Amara frowned. You helped an old man at the store months ago. Amara didn't remember, but the woman did. God notices what people overlook. A pause. Even when you feel invisible, you're not. For the first time in days, Amara felt something shift. Not confidence, not strength, but seen. That night, she opened the Bible, slowly, carefully, until her eyes landed on one line. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. She read it again and again, not because she believed it, but because a part of her wanted to. And that was enough. Because healing didn't start as confidence. It started as a question. What if it's true? 2 weeks later, she stood outside the school, frozen. Every instinct said, go home. But she didn't. She walked in. The whispers returned. She's back? She's brave or crazy. She heard everything, but this time, she didn't disappear. Then she saw Daniel. He looked at her, then quickly looked away. No joke, no laughter, just discomfort. And in that moment, something clicked. They weren't powerful. They were just loud. Weeks passed. She started speaking again. Small moments, small steps. Until one day, her teacher stopped her. You should try public speaking. She almost laughed. Me? They might listen, the teacher said. That night, she sat in her room. What if this changes everything? She signed up, quietly. Practice was hard. She failed. Again. And again. She almost quit. Almost. But then, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. She stood up, tried again. Not confident, but consistent. The auditorium was full, lights bright, silence heavy. Her name was called. She stepped forward, then stopped. Her mind went blank, completely blank. The room shifted, the moment stretched. She closed her eyes, breathed. I am not forgotten. Then, she spoke. I believed everything they said about me. Silence. They said I wasn't enough. A pause. And for a long time, I agreed. Her voice steadied. But something changed. Not them, me. If God created me, then I am not a mistake. Heads nodded. And if He calls me wonderfully made, no opinion can override His truth. I am not what they called me. I am who God says I am. The room stood, not for her performance, for her truth. Afterward, Daniel approached. I'm sorry. She looked at him, paused, and chose. I forgive you. Not for him, for herself. That night, she stood in front of the mirror again. Same face, different eyes. I see you. And this time, she believed it. There will always be voices, but they don't define you, because you were not created by opinions. You were created by God, and what He calls you is who you are. If this story spoke to you, don't scroll away silently. Comment, "I am not forgotten," and let someone else see it too. And if you're in your own waiting season, subscribe, because stories like this, they're not coincidences, they're reminders.